Hello everyone, I'm ImAllexx and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be getting a really weird update in the Colleen Ballinger situation. In fact, one of the children who she used to make YouTube videos has come out defending her and saying that everybody else is lying. And that person is Jojo Siwa. Now, to be honest, I'm not really surprised by this because Jojo Siwa is still very publicly very good friends with James Charles. And if you've read anything about him, then you kind of know why that would be problematic. But it's one thing saying, hey, I'm still friends with Colleen, okay? You know, that's a personal relationship between you and her. I don't know the ins and outs of that, although when we get into this video, we'll see that it's very, very disturbing, and this situation is not as cookie cutter as people may think it will be. But to call people like Adam McIntyre just liars, when most of the stuff is screenshotted proof, is really, really, really odd. I never really understand when somebody does that, when somebody goes, all of these people are lying, and it's like, hey, they provided screenshot proof of everything. So what's the lie? Have you even actually read it? Or are you just going to be like, no, I want to carry on working with them. We made loads of money together. I think that's the real answer, isn't it? They just want to deny it because it's better for their image than to have to like go, my friend is a horrible, horrible person. But I wouldn't worry, Jojo, because your friend is like 25 years older than you. So it's a bit weird. Anyway, we've got the response video here, so we'll just get straight into it. It's a podcast of Howie Mandel, and it is really, really, really odd.
Are you, and if I'm wrong, are you friends with Colleen Ballinger still?
Yeah,
What do you say about
I've
that?
I've known Colleen since I was 12.
So there we go. We're already like, what, 14 seconds into this video, and that is really what I wanted to show. Jojo Siwa, I'm pretty sure Colleen Ballinger also probably was manipulating you. She made friends with you when you were 12 years old, and she was a fully grown adult. And it's very weird. It's even weirder because if you look here, I've got some really interesting things that I could show you about Colleen Ballinger. Like, for example, look at this YouTube thumbnail. Jojo Siwa decided to join the chat, so I'm going to just show this because let's not forget the grossness. Jojo was 16/17 in this video, and Colleen Ballinger took this girl and made her react to the raw footage of her birth. Because that's a normal thing to do with somebody who is a child. And if that's not weird enough for you, look at this video. Oh man, this is strange. But you know what's stranger? The fact that you currently aren't subscribed to this YouTube channel. YouTube has been unsubscribing people, which is making me very angry. And ideally, I'd like to hit 400,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And you can make that possible. So make sure you click the button. I'd appreciate that. We post videos pretty much every day on here. So join, because that'd be cool.
Position, second position, third position, split. Whoa! Did you hurt your dookie? What's a dookie? What's... So now we learn all the different parts.
Jojo was 13 years old at the time of filming. Jojo Siwa, I think you're one of the people who are involved in this on the side of the people who should be going after Colleen Ballinger. Why is an adult making jokes like that around a teenager at the time? Because they're really weird and sick, and clearly that behavior was actually far worse than just jokes in YouTube videos. This situation goes way deeper than that. And the people that have spoken up, like Adam McIntyre, you know, those people weren't used for clout in a YouTube video where Colleen Ballinger made loads of money off it. No, she was just really weird and grooming teenagers and asking them about like their habits that they get up to in their private time and sending them underwear. So Jojo Siwa, who's lying? Where's the lie?
You kind of met her when you were young?
I was 12 when I met her.
And
she's always been nothing but kind to me. Her family, nothing but kind to me. I think it's really... This is the first time that I've talked about this, so I just want to make sure I say my exact piece that I want to say. The internet can take a lie.
Sorry, Jojo, but you can't say I was literally 12 years old, I was a child, and she was nothing but nice to me. Yeah, that's kind of what she's being accused of, making friends with 13-year-olds. It's very strange behavior using her Twitter group chats. You're basically actually corroborating the story that she made friends with loads of children for some reason, and then you're going, oh, the internet ran with a lie, whilst proving that the lie was real and true because it's literally right in front of us, and you're saying that it happened. happened. So I don't understand if you even know what's going on.
To the point where you just can't do anything about it. And I've had that happen to me. And I know Colleen very, very, very well. And I think the work that Colleen has done for the internet is incredible. I think her creativity is incredible.
Well, we just looked at the work she's done for the internet, and let's face it, it's not. It's fascinating watching this interview. It seems so ill-informed. I've seen it many times where YouTubers, right, like somebody they know has been involved in something that is like just horrific, like really bad. And then, you go, oh, what do you think's going on there? And they go, oh, I haven't even checked. And you're like, mate, like, that's crazy. Like, how have you not even read about it? Like, do you not want to be aware of what's going on? And I very much see this as a situation where Jojo Siwa just doesn't actually have a clue what's happening. Like, she is just not sure what's going on. She is not aware. She does not know, really. There's no way she's watched the hours of video footage about it. Mainly because it'd be depressing and weird to do that about a friend. But maybe it's needed, because clearly she's uninformed.
Miranda Sings is a character, is a comedian. And I think that it's very hard to be a character where people are also looking at you as you're a real human behind that character. And I think being a comedian is very hard because you were able to do things years ago that were okay. And now that we've grown and we've matured, we've realized that they're not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're not talking about, like, the jokes she made. I know I played that Jojo Siwa video with her, and it is weird, right? Yeah, of course it's weird. And Jojo Siwa here defending comedy, which is, great, to be honest. Comedy changes constantly. There are some things that just aren't really okay. And it's not really about the comedy. It's about the comedy that's in plain sight. And when you peel back the curtain to look at the actual character of the human being, you then realize that they're actually a massive freak. And that's where the problems lie.
But you, as somebody who's been in the public eye for a long time,
Yes.
do you think that it is appropriate to communicate openly with everybody that reaches out to you?
No, I don't think that communicating with fans is, you got to be careful to not
And that's what I'm saying,
to
like,
not blur a friend fan line.
But it's not a friend fan line. She befriended you, and you were a child, and she did it because you were famous, and because she wouldn't be. Well, I was going to say she wouldn't be friends with children if they weren't famous, but that's actually not true. Oh my god, you can't even defend Colleen in that way. Oh my god, I was literally going to sit here and go, yeah, she wouldn't do that. She did loads of times, actually. She's a weirdo. There's no real backing up Jojo. The problem is with Jojo Siwa is that she is a young woman now who has been taken advantage of by all the adults in her life since she was a bloody kid. Her own mum basically sold her to a television studio to dance where she would get abused on TV, and that was like how they got famous. Her parents suck. The people she's involved herself with suck, and every adult in her life probably sucks. And Howie Mandel seems like the only person who's actually taken this as like a responsible adult. Whereas everybody else has just milked her for money. In fact, what's really weird is there's actually this video where somebody who used to work on Colleen's team talking about how he used to hear her just admit that.
Adam McIntyre responded and said that Colleen actually talked negatively about JoJo. I can independently verify this as I've worked with Colleen and JoJo. Colleen would talk very negatively about JoJo. She actually would make fun of her and imply that she was exploiting her for her views and followers. Todrick would do the exact same thing.
Oh, there we go. That's really cool, isn't it? A grown woman bullied a teenager behind her back about how she was just using her for money and views. But, let's look at the people that Jojo Siwa has had just manipulated like this. We got Big James Charles 2 months ago getting cancelled, get Jojo Siwa on. Shay Dawson, get cancelled, get Jojo Siwa on. Colleen Ballinger, get cancelled for talking to children, get one of the children that I befriended to defend me. It seems like it's a big Hollywood PR move, which is no surprise for the people over there. What a fascinating little video that we've got. It's 7 minutes long, so I'd assume that it gets worse.
You said you started communicating with her when you were 12.
Yes.
Is you want to be
But you guys were in the same industry.
So we were
too.
in the
like,
same.
You guys were making videos and stuff together.
So
right?
we actually met because on Dance Moms, do you know Tadra Hall?
Yes.
So on Dance Moms, Tadra Hall had a party and invited the Dance Moms cast, and 4 of the girls went, and they discluded myself and Nia, who is another girl on the show. And we all knew Todrick, so we were fine with that. But then Colleen, as Miranda, surprised the girls. And me and Nia were devastated because we were massive fans, and we loved Colleen and we loved Miranda. And then when the episode came out, Colleen saw how upset me and Nia were. And she reached out to Holly and was like, I would love to like make this up to you guys. She was like, I was wondering where Jojo and Nia were. Like, I had no idea that this was the case. Like, please, like, whatever you guys want. Like, I just want to make the kids happy. Like, I just want.
Yes, she does. She just wants to be friends with all the children, Colleen Ballinger, in a normal and healthy way, like adults do. Psych, obviously, that's not true. If you're an adult, you should not be befriending random strangers' kids on the internet. And just because you work in the same industry doesn't mean that it's okay. It's always been a weird thing on YouTube when you see like proper like 35-year-olds hanging out with like 15, 16-year-olds. It's like a big thing. I see it a lot on YouTube, and it always makes me uncomfortable. I always sit there and go, when I am in my 30s, if I'm still doing this job, oh God, I hope I'm not trying to get a like 16-year-old on my videos to get my channel to do well. I would rather swallow sharp metal. It's like pathetic when a YouTuber has to like pull children on and befriend them, because like that is not normal in any other scenario. And the only reason you would be doing it is because the reward is like so high. Because if you're genuinely going to sit there, right? If I met one of these YouTubers like 35, making Minecraft videos with teenagers, I would be like, if you don't tell me that it's for money and clout, then you're actually weirder. Like if you're going to sit there and go, yeah, actually these people are my friends, I'll be like, you need to be fucking locked away. You know, just tell me it's a business thing, and I will go, yeah, I get it, you're a pathetic, sad loser, but, you know, I guess pay your rent. Fascinating. When a 35-year-old is doing this shit with, like, teenagers on the internet, you just gotta be like, if it's not for money and clout, then it's because you're a creep. And even the first one makes you a creep. So there's no real winning. Just don't make videos with teenagers when you are, like, 30 plus.
Want Jojo and Nia to not be sad anymore. And so we ended up going to dinner with Colleen, and it was me and my mom and Nia and Holly. And Colleen was telling me that night about YouTube and how her whole family did it and how it was awesome, and she vlogs her life. And that night is when I went home and I made my YouTube channel and decided that that was going to be my career, essentially.
So Jojo Siwa is like clearly in debt to Colleen because, you know, she believes that she owes like a massive part of her success to Colleen Ballinger, and you know, that's the thing. But that's how people like this, you know, get away with shit like this, because, you know, they give their like rewards out to all of these kids and teenagers, and they go, well, you're never going to say anything bad about me, are you? Because I made your career. So, you know, don't shit talk me, you know, and try not to realize that I've done something really weird here. And then the behavior continues, because then, you know, that happened to them, so they think it's normal. And it's a big thing in Hollywood, especially like the movie industry, you know, yeah, adults like befriending children, you know, inviting them around to their houses, parties, stuff like that. It's just odd. Like, this whole thing is odd. It's not normal. But Jojo Siwa was growing up with it, so she thinks that the internet is just overreacting, because she doesn't really realize how weird the thing that has happened. It's just really, really weird to look at. But Colleen Ballinger is still like puppeteering people behind the scenes. I feel like she's going to make a comeback. I really do believe that. I really think that's probably the next step for her, based on watching this video, because it seems like that she still has people in the industry, albeit people who, when they met with children, who are still defending her. And if James Charles can stick around, who is friends with Jojo Siwa, then what is stopping Colleen Ballinger?
This is a sensitive subject. Somebody who is affected by any sort of anything having to do with adults, and I mean, for real grooming it's a very sensitive thing.
But this is real grooming. I know she doesn't think that James Charles and Colleen Ballinger actually did anything wrong. Like, she thinks that it's like people on the internet are like getting confused and that they're directing their hatred at something that happened to them towards, you know, them just being a bit weird in DMs. But your friends aren't just weird in DMs, you know. They get caught messaging people who are underage too many times than not. And yet, you know, with James Charles, a lot of the stuff has been, you know, made up. A lot of people made up a lot of shit about him. But there's a lot of stuff that wasn't made up. And yeah, of course, there are people who lie. Right, it happens, and it's a shame. But you know, when you're comparing that with the stuff that's also true, then you can kind of disregard the lies, because if it's true, that it's true in any way, shape, or form. Even if it's one case, if you find out that YouTube has messaged one teenager, that's really enough. To be honest, it doesn't matter if 20 people lied. You know, if there's 20 and 20 lies, one truthful one, it's still very bad that they even did it once. It's weird that people will kind of get on the back of the person for all the other stuff. But, you know, I spoke about this when I originally covered with James Charles stuff. You know, it was just very odd to watch because, you know, you've got him banged to rights. There are so many messages of this guy being a freak that he's even admitted to doing weird stuff in messages. Why do you need to, like, you know, lavish the story, but why do you need to, like, make it like that? I don't understand. And with Colleen, you know, it's the thing with Colleen is there doesn't really seem to be anything really that's it's like fake. For her, you know, Adam McIntyre has basically documented it in such gruesome detail about like the shit that she was getting up to in those group chats. It's just undeniable that she's a fucking weirdo. And yeah, she didn't like meet up with them to sleep with them or whatever, Jojo. But it's still grooming in a weird way. You know, she was still manipulating kids, and it's inappropriate, and talking to them sexually and sharing nudes of Trisha Paytas with them, which is illegal. Like, she is a criminal. Now, which way you want to kind of dice it, you know. Your friends fucking suck, no matter what you think. They're shitty people.
You know, like her daughter's 9.
Yeah.
If she could right now, and she
Write
watches
to you and talk to you, like
she would,
yeah.
and she would love to be your friend and love to be online.
And I'm sure you want to reach out to your fans and be like, hey, and give that back to them since they're such big fans of you.
The difference with Colleen and I is we were once I became her friend and she became my friend and she became somebody that I looked up to.
But it's not normal, though. I think she's really missing the point. It's just not normal. You were 12, and she was making like videos where she was talking sexually to you. It's weird. It's so odd. I don't understand how you don't understand this. It's like black and white, plain as day. I'm sorry. There's just no debate around this. She's a freak. Well, that's it for this video. I guess we're just counting down the days until Colleen Ballinger makes a mighty return to YouTube. And apparently Jojo Siwa is going to be a vessel in supporting that, which is disappointing and strange. But, you know, the bigger picture is that Jojo Siwa has been manipulated by adults her entire life. That's how she got her fame. That's how she became who she is. People taking advantage of her because she was a famous child, and they're all weird people and horrible. You know, maybe don't go too harsh on her. She's a mug. That's an aeroplane. She's a mug, and that is a big aeroplane. You know, who's flying in? It's Colleen Ballinger. She's sent a hit team. The CIA. I don't know. Does she work for the CIA? Who knows? She's got friends in high places. It's a weird situation. I hope Jojo Siwa is like looked after and somebody makes her aware of what's actually going on here, because clearly she doesn't have a clue and maybe have some stuff that she needs to grapple with personally. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a video soon. And yeah, what an odd woman.